westbound there to Jackson. Extension right there, meeting of 278 along with southbound 7 portions of University Avenue, and then 30 and 7 exchange, seeing some both east and westbound 30 heavy traffic speed. That's a look at traffic. Now back to Tanya and Craig.
If you love hunting, then listen to this. You might want to wait a little longer if you want a good harvest. We'll explain why.
As the people in Arizona are dealing with flooding, these stories and more straight ahead on WTVA 9 News at 4.
Imagine yourself in the new Toyota. So, which one do you want? This one. Wow.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Al, did you make that call?
Honey, we already have Medicare. Why do I need to call?
Alan, the Feldman said we may be able to get additional benefits with a Medicare Advantage plan right here.
One of the recommendations to be considered with the State Wildlife Commission meeting next month. Experts say delaying the season by as much as a week could provide hunters with a better harvest. Other changes that will be discussed include the required purchase of a turkey stamp, mandatory tagging, and closing the fall season.
Live at 412 at downtown West Point. John's back shortly with an update on that severe weather threat.
One homeowner might have a hard time getting to her car for a while. That story's ahead on WTVA 9 News at 4.
Missing teeth? Tired of dentures? We can help. Call now to receive custom dental implants at a fraction of the cost. Sedation and financing available. Your implant consultation is free when you mention the code Aberdeen Implants. Call 304-2600 today.
Going on now during March and April is our 43rd annual Bloom Road Sale. That's the big four.
We got the best deal. No, we got the best deal.
They got some good deals. Ours are better.
I can top that. Beat this. Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah? Beat this.
Check this out. Unbelievable.
Okay, I admit, that's pretty good, but I can beat it with this.
All these great deals going on now at the 43rd annual Blue Maroon Sale. That's the big four.
Well, what's it going to be, boss? You came to Jack's because you want more. And if these all-new cheesy bacon chicken fingers from Jack's were any more loaded, they'd have to haul them out on a ham truck. Juicy, hand-breaded chicken fingers loaded down with melted cheese and crispy smoked bacon. Even got a buffalo style for an extra kick. Might want to stretch first. Don't want anyone getting hurt.
You'll go back to Jack for more.
Jack's, all about the South.
At Hall's Furniture Warehouse, we know you want the best possible furniture for your home. Your family deserves it. We also know with gas and grocery prices as high as they are, you need the best possible price. Hall's Furniture Warehouse in New Albany is the best of both worlds. We give you the name brands you know and trust at prices that can't be beat. Come by our spacious showroom on Bankhead in New Albany across from Reed's to see how we are different. Coming on April 14th and 15th is Northeast Mississippi's largest event for homeowners, the Home Garden and Outdoor Expo, brought to you by WTVA and the Home Builders and Remodelers Association of Northeast Mississippi. We want your business to participate, so call today for more information and come join the fun. Have your business in front of thousands of homeowners who are interested to learn from you and see what you have to offer. For more information, call 842-7620 today. Missing teeth? Tired of dentures? We can help. Call now to receive custom dental implants at a fraction of the cost. Sedation and financing available. Your implant consultation is free when you mention the code Aberdeen Implants. Call 304-2600 today.
Important news when it happens where you live. WTVA 9 News at 10. Now, your WTVA Severe Weather Authority forecast with meteorologist John Delusic.
So John, it sounds like it's not looking good tomorrow night.
Not looking good. No, about this time shortly thereafter, especially as we go into the evening hours and into the overnight hours on Friday night and early Saturday. This is the zone that we're showing right here from lesser chances of central Alabama, northern Alabama to in the morning. Severe weather, especially intense tornadoes in the western sections of our viewing area, stretching all the way down into portions of Louisiana and into portions of southeastern sections of Arkansas. As a matter of fact, let me show you this map right here. We already see the shaded area, the area that's like little bars and everything. That's where the National Weather Service and us, meteorologists do believe, our best chances for strong to severe tornadoes. That does extend into our area. So again, strong tornadoes. EF2 and strong tornadoes. Are you talking EF4, EF5 tornadoes? Yes, that is possible. Not that it's likely, but it's possible. Most likely on the lower end of that scale, EF2 and EF3 tornadoes, which are very violent. Just to give you an example, Tupelo tornado of 2014 was an EF3 tornado and a moderate EF3 tornado. Now, so that shows you tornadoes, and that was a bad tornado. Luckily, no one passed, but we had over 50 people injured during that storm. Just an example. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but just give you an example of what you can look at. It's not going to be anywhere more or less until tomorrow afternoon, late into tomorrow evening before we get this activity. However, off to our west, strong thunderstorms currently in central and southern plains. That's near that front. That front will be in our neck of the woods tomorrow. There's a chance for some hail damaging winds and especially some tornadoes. Temperatures out there mostly upper 70s, lower 80s. And again, a lot of folks right now seeing a tranquil afternoon with nice, mostly sunny skies. That first place you saw was Tupelo. Now you're seeing West Point. And again, a tranquil afternoon in the Starkville area, Oxford area is tranquil currently. Now, things are going to change. Not this evening. This evening, we're fine and dandy. Variably cloudy to mostly clear skies. Temperatures very unseasonably warm. Around 70 degrees. We only drop up to 65 tonight. Tomorrow, upper 70s, lower to middle 80s will be the temperature. And again, watch what happens. Not much again this evening. If you're worried about this evening, things are fine and dandy. You can go out and about, enjoy your evening. It's going to be a little on the muggy side. It's for middle of March, but we are looking at some muggy conditions. However, watch what happens tomorrow as we go to the later afternoon hours. Here we are in the later afternoon hours and into the evening hours. Notice the storms around 5, 6 developing in the delta and moving in from Arkansas and Louisiana. Those will pass through, some of which will produce intense rain, intense wind in excess of 60, 70 miles an hour, and yes, possibly some tornadoes, and possibly some tornadoes in the EF2, EF3 category, if not stronger. Again, hopefully nothing like that happens, but the potential is there. And that potential is there from tomorrow afternoon late into tomorrow evening into portions of tomorrow night, tapering off on Saturday. Our next round of rain and thunder showers most likely will be more tranquil. Right now, still question mark, but still I think Sunday and Monday, much more tranquil stuff. And temperatures still stay pretty mild down the line, mostly 60s and 70s after the front for highs. Morning lows do drop off down into the 40s. So nothing in the ways of real chilly stuff after the front passing through or any of these fronts next week passing through, but still, Tanya and Craig, we will see temperatures in the 40s, maybe a few upper 30s. So again, the critical time is roughly about late tomorrow evening or late tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening into portions of early morning Saturday. Certainly a lot of intense thunderstorms could be in our neck of the woods.
John, thanks so much.
Right.
Cities across northern Arizona are facing torrential flooding. Leaders in Sedona say folks could go home after determining that Oak Creek waters had gone down enough, but they added they should still be prepared to evacuate if necessary. The impact of Wednesday's substantial rainfall combined with snow melt at higher elevations could be seen on access roads, some streets, and at least one major highway. Only minor to moderate flooding was expected today along most of the tributaries in that area.
One homeowner has a lot more than snow to clean up after a snowstorm pushed through the area. A garage roof collapsed in Minnesota, and the homeowner says it happened in the middle of the night. She says Wednesday went of the day since she noticed the mess outside. The garage caved in under the weight of the heavy, wet snow. No one but her vehicle is stuck under the snow and the rubble.
Law enforcement officers look into the discovery of the mom and her daughter. The story next. WTVA 9 News at 4.
Having trouble sleeping? Room to Room has all the things for the best night's sleep. Let's go get a sleep report. Your slumber number. You can get mattresses for more or less, ones that lift and sheets that pass the test. Room to Room for the best rest.
It's a new dawn, it's a new day.
This was brutal murder. I'm not a snitch, not for free.
He wants to get out of jail free card.
He said, I said no. I used our safe word. No jury's gonna believe her.
Sexual assault is sexual assault. This is Chinatown. Things work a little differently down here.
You know what happens to people who talk to the police? I'm going to make sure that justice is served.
The MSU Libraries will host the 2023 Charles H. Templeton Senior Jazz Festival and the Gatsby Gala, March 23rd through 25th. Performers include Dave Bennett, channeling Benny Goodman and Jerry Lee Lewis, festival director Jeff Barnhart, and jazz drummer Hal Smith. Teslima Bay interprets the music of Scott Joplin and Bill Morton, and Scott Kirby will weave together piano, artwork, and photography. For tickets and more information, visit our website or call 662-325-6634.
Suffering from sinus congestion, especially at night?
Copy.
Try Vicks Sinex.
Right.
Lasts up to 12 hours. Vicks Sinex targets congestion at the source, relieving nasal congestion and sinus pressure by reducing sinuses. Try Vicks Sinex.
Want a worry-free way to kill bugs? Zevo traps
Give
use light,
me.
not odors or
Give me.
chemical insecticides,
Give
to
me.
attract and trap flying insects. They work continuously, so you don't have to. Zevo. People-friendly, bug-deadly.
All of a sudden, a guy came out the store parking lot. He hit me. I panicked. I got scared. When I hired Mama Justice, you know how you just feel a person got you? She had me. She wants the best for us, not just as a client, but definitely on a personal level. She wants to see people taken care of.
We've spent 80 years bringing these exceptional mattresses to life. Mattresses that redefine luxury and provide a whole new level of comfort exclusively for you.
Keeping you and your family safe. WTVA 9 News at 5 and 6 p.m. You're watching WTVA 9 News with anchors Tanya Carter and Craig Holt and Severe Weather Authority meteorologist John Melisa.
We have an update on the Denver school shooting. The suspected shooter is dead. Police found Austin Lyle's body near his car Wednesday night, roughly 50 miles southwest of Denver. Lyle was accused of shooting and wounding 2 staff members at East High School Wednesday morning. The shooting happened as Lyle was being searched for weapons as a part of a safety plan. East High School will be closed for the rest of the week with classes resuming after spring break.
2 bodies found are believed to be those of mother and daughter in Washington State who disappeared earlier this month. A medical examiner is working to determine the cause and manner of death. Family members told police the mom had not been seen or heard from in days. Officers gained access to the home in Vancouver, but they only found the dog inside. Police said she and her daughter had been seen with an ex-boyfriend in the days leading up to their disappearance. They searched the home, or the suspect's home. He is now being held. So far, though, he's not been charged with the disappearance and the death.
The death toll following the storm in San Francisco, California has risen to 5. The rising death toll comes as San Francisco crews continue to assess damage and clean up from the storm, largely caused by high wind gusts. There were initial reports of over 700 fallen trees and limbs and debris across the city as a result of the high winds. The San Francisco Department of Emergency Management activated the city's Emergency Operations Center to monitor storm impacts and deploy coordinated resources.
East Lansing police say they've arrested the man involved in an assault near Michigan State University. The officers responded to reports of a man walking around with a knife on the north part of campus. They believe he was involved in a run-in with somebody off campus at a business before going onto campus. An alert went out to folks telling them to secure in place. That person was arrested in downtown East Lansing shortly after. No one was hurt. This comes from weeks after 3 students died, 5 others hurt in a mass shooting at 2 locations at MSU. One of the students injured is still in critical condition. One worker went to the hospital following a blast at a chemical plant near Houston. Firefighters responded to the blast at the facility in Pasadena. That's just southeast of Houston. The explosion happened while liquid petroleum gas was being taken from one tank to another. One employee is in stable condition in a hospital. No one else was hurt. Impacts to the community or any shelter-in-place orders. The all clear has been given. They are now cleaning up. Things get heated on Capitol Hill as the CEO of TikTok takes the stand.
One family is still
Room to room.
This was brutal murder. I'm not a snitch, not for free.
This is Chinatown. Things work a little differently down here.
You know what happens? Senior Ragtime and Jazz Festival and the Gatsby Gala, March 23rd through 25th. And Jelly Roll Morton and Scott Kirby will weave together piano, artwork, and photography.
Sinex for instant relief that lasts up to 12 hours. Vicks Sinex targets
Use light, not odors or chemical insecticides, to attract and trap flying insects.
Parking lot, he hit me. I panicked, I got scared. As a client, but definitely on a personal level, she wants to see people taken care of.
We've spent 80 years bringing these exceptional mattresses to life.
Members at East High School Wednesday morning. The shooting happened as Lyle was being searched for weapons as a part of a safety plan. East High School will be closed for the rest of the week with classes resuming after spring break.
2 bodies found are believed to be those of a mother and daughter in Washington State who disappeared earlier this month. A medical examiner is working to determine the cause and manner of death. Family members told police the mom had not been seen or heard from in days. Officers gained access to the home in Vancouver, but they only found the dog inside. Police add she and her daughter had been seen with an ex-boyfriend in the days leading up to their disappearance. They searched the home, or the suspect's home. He is now being held. So far, though, he's not been charged with the disappearance and the death.
The death toll following the storm in San Francisco, California, has risen to 5. The rising death toll comes as San Francisco crews continue to assess damage and clean up from the storm, largely caused by high wind gusts. There were initial reports of over 700 fallen trees and limbs and debris across the city as a result of the high winds. The San Francisco Department of Emergency Management activated the city's Emergency Operations Center to monitor storm impacts and deploy coordinated resources.
East Lansing police say they've arrested the man involved in an assault near Michigan State University. Officers responded to reports of a man walking around with a knife on the north.
By the way, thank you, Mika. Thank you, Naisha. The calling until I get my property back. You taught me that.
Part of campus. They believe he was involved in a run-in with somebody off campus at a business.
Thing is, though, I'm not your fucking property.
Before going onto campus. An alert went out to folks telling them to secure in place.
You call me all damn day. Ask the folks. I don't know the number. Ask the number. How that work? When I'm not your property and you keep calling the damn phone like the other end of the phone is your property, but it come out somebody else's pussy.
That person was arrested in downtown East Lansing.
You all goddamn crying, screaming, hollering, and fucking fighting that you want to do. That come out of somebody else's pussy. Thank you, bot.
Shortly after, no one was hurt. This comes just weeks after 3 students died. 5 others hurt in a mass shooting at 2 locations at MSU. One of the students injured is still in critical condition. One worker went to the hospital following a blast at a chemical plant near Houston. Firefighters responded.
I don't like hurting other people, and I also don't like especially being forced to watch other people hurt themselves, punching themselves in the damn heart over and over and over and over again.
Responded to the blast at the facility in Pasadena, that's just southeast of Houston. The explosion happened while liquid petroleum gas was being taken from one tank to another. One employee is in stable condition in a hospital. No one else was hurt. Don't know of any impacts to the community or any shelter-in-place orders. The all clear has been given They are now cleaning up. Things get heated on Capitol Hill as the CEO of TikTok takes the stand.
One family is still searching for this Alcorn County man. That story and much more are ahead in the second half hour on WTVA 9 News at 4.
Uncork something special at Harvey's. Pair refreshing rosé with our fish of the day. A rich California cab with a...
We're on it.
Davis went missing June of last year. When we last talked to Alcorn County Sheriff Ben Caldwell, he said Davis disappeared while walking his dog the morning of June 22nd. Since then, the investigation remains active.
Unfortunately, we don't have any updates right now as far as to his location. Just last month, we had some good days of weather. The leaves are still off the trees, and so we took that time and we flew our drone in some of those areas looking for anything we could find. And we were unsuccessful.
Even though 9 months has passed, family members are still going the extra mile for Davis. Davis's daughter made a post on Facebook about the $5,000 reward if he is found, and also that if you know any information about his whereabouts, to reach out. They also have a search for them. Clemmer says Bobby White, who is an EMA, has been a lifeline support for her during this time. Clemmer speaks highly of him throughout this search.
You got that one person that stays with you.
Don't chase me. Don't chase me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I am not Michelle Obama. I don't have a preference about the security services one way or another. I am not Muhammad Ali. I don't have an opinion on your draft one way or another. My name is Zori Nastasi Rush. Try me.
That says we're going to find him, and he hasn't stopped. We're out there weekly.
Clemmer was full of emotion talking about her father, how she is staying strong in the midst of it all.
The thing that makes it bearable is God, and He is our strength. And I mean, without Him, this would be hard. Actually, almost impossible.
Clemmer wants answers, and so does the rest of the family. They all have one goal, and that is to find their loved one. Again, if you have any information about Wade Davis's whereabouts, do not hesitate to call the Alcorn County Sheriff's Office. In Alcorn County, Avery Hilliard, WTVA 9 News.
Yeah, let me tell you about second chances. Second chances came about into the room with your mayor. So I knew me walking out of that room meant somebody better get this motherfucker. Anybody better get this motherfucker.
A standoff on Capitol Hill today between lawmakers and the leader of TikTok. Today, the company's CEO testified before Congress for the first time. Bree Jackson shares with us what the chief executive had to say.
We're headquartered in Los Angeles.
TikTok's CEO, Sto Chu, on the hot seat, facing bipartisan pressure.
Your platform should be banned.
Big tech has transformed the information superhighway into a super spreader of harmful content.
The popular app hails 150 million U.S. users. Lawmakers raise concerns about the Chinese government's influence on access to their data. Chu says safety measures are already in place.
American data stored on American soil by an American company, overseen by American personnel.
Lawmakers say those efforts are not enough.
You damn well know that you cannot protect the data and security of this committee or the 150 million users of your app, because it is an extension of the CC.
Many members repeatedly.
Baby, somebody just put the little boy mama, 16-year-old mama, in a blonde wig, put her on Capitol Hill, and gave her my words to say. Hallelujah!
Challenge Chu on safety and surveillance tactics.
it is our commitment to this committee and all our users that we will keep this free from any manipulation by any government.
If you can't say it 100% certain, I take that as a no.
The heated hearing comes amid a bipartisan push to crack down on foreign-based platforms. Senator Mark Warner tells me
Yeah, that's my problem. That's my problem. That's my problem. You keep pouring money on Blake McMullen and his daddy. And this boy mama. That boy mama. That girl mama. You keep thinking money your solution. Go tell the atheists that money is your solution.
privacy concerns extend beyond TikTok.
We need to be ready not only for TikTok, but when we see foreign-based tech like China and Russia, we've got to have tools in the toolkit.
Mullen, more money. That's going to solve everything.
Content creators say banning the app puts their livelihoods at risk.
TikTok has been essential in helping me build my business over the past few years.
Our app is a place where people can be creative and curious.
Chu and lawmakers agree user safety is a top priority, but they're divided on how to do that. And last week, the Biden administration issued an ultimatum to TikTok's Chinese owners: sell your stakes or be banned. Today, the Chinese government said it would oppose a forced sale and warned that such a move could hurt investor confidence in the U.S. On Capitol Hill, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
The MSU Library is expanding its collection of political paper.
I don't understand, bitch. I don't understand. I didn't put that girl on that court. Did you see me stop voting?
March 31st will mark the official opening of the Pickard.
Did you see me stop voting? That wasn't local. Oh no, that was not local.
Library.
You saw me start voting, and you saw me stop voting.
Collection. The collection includes documents from federal judge Charles Pickering and his son, U.S. Congressman Charles Chip Pickering Jr. The papers.
Now, who voice is it? Who voice is it? Who voice is it? Whose is it? Huh? Pick it up.
Mississippi Political Collections. Pickering Sr. served as a United States District Judge of the United States District Court for the Southern District of Mississippi. Pickering Jr. represented Mississippi's 3rd Congressional District as a Republican in the United States House of Representatives between 1997 and 2009.
Boston, West Virginia history. The department charged people accused of distributing more than 200 pounds of meth alongside guns and other drugs for 7 months. The operation was dubbed Operation Smoke and Mirrors. During the operation, agent
See what I'm talking about. Checks and balances, bitch. Checks and balances. You can't call yourself earning the right for a salute because you wrote a law to fix the order that you approved that killed everybody. That ain't how this shit works. Checks and balances. Either we all guilty or none of us are guilty. And bodies is every motherfucking where.
and seized 28 pounds of coke, 20 pounds of fentanyl, 18 guns, and $147,000.
Now make me tell that motherfucking lie. Make me tell that motherfucking lie.
In cash. Ole Miss plays tomorrow night in Seattle, hoping to move closer to a berth in the women's Final Four. But this is not an all work, no play kind of trip to the Pacific Northwest.
We're going to the Needle!
Players got a chance this week to check out some of Seattle's top tourist spots, including the Space Needle and Pike Place Market. Of course, it's all business on the eve of the big game. The Rebels and the Louisville Cardinals tip off tomorrow night at 9. WTVA's Gardner Montgomery will share what he heard.
12 and 25 standing out in the Starkville area with
Five two 4835 800-65.
in the region that you see right there, even in areas that are just east of that area. I've had people in the past ask me, well, if I just take my car and go somewhere that's east of that area, is that a good idea? No, because first of all, you're going to have to find some protection, obviously, unless you have some folks that you can find some protection with, a basement or a storm house. But it's not a good idea to get out and drive away from a system like that. Find something locally, obviously, in your home or your basement or storm house for best protection. Again, I would say underground is the best place to be, in the storm house underground in situations like this. Now, you're looking at, again, no precipitation out there right now. If you're worried about this evening, I'm telling you, 100% guarantee nothing happening this evening in our area. You got a good, nice, warm evening, a little on the muggy side, variably cloudy skies, but the severe storms are off to our west. That's the system we're watching. That's the system that'll be here. That's the system that's going to wreak havoc maybe tomorrow evening over portions of the southeast and the south. You're looking at temperatures upper 70s, lower to middle 80s out there. It's tranquil out there right now. Like I said, look at that. Nice, mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. You have nothing to worry about tonight. So if you want to go out and about, go out and grocery shop, dinner, whatever you want to do, you can do that tonight. It's good. Tomorrow evening, however, things will change and change dramatically across our area. We will see some strong to severe thunderstorms, some of which could produce stronger tornadoes. Now watch what happens. Again, this evening, everything's fine and dandy. Just a few clouds every now and then. Clouds do thicken up later tonight. There may be some showers tomorrow. I think the earliest we could get some isolated thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. You can see that stuff by late in the afternoon into the early evening hours moving into our area. And then tomorrow evening through from sunset through about roughly 1, 2, 3 o'clock or so. There you go. The storms passing through, some of which could produce tornadoes, some of which could an intense tornado, especially the farther west you are. So again, folks, be weather alert. Right now is the time to think what you will do tomorrow evening if in case you are in danger for your life with a situation like this. I'm not trying to scare folks, Craig and Tanya, but I'm telling you, this is a situation where you're getting a higher end warnings. I mean, you got a moderate warnings for some severe weather again, and I wouldn't be surprised National Weather Service, especially west of here, could even up that ante tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night for that portion of the world. So again, folks, it's time to just be weather alert, not tonight, but tomorrow night and tomorrow evening, okay? Is that okay?
Absolutely, John. All right, thanks so much. 2 more people died after developing
It's a common complaint for elected leaders in every town. Potholes. Columbus has a unique approach to addressing it. A live report on that just ahead.
Telling your story. WCBI News at 5 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this special hour-long March Madness edition of WCBI News.
That's right. And our First Alert weather team is watching a system that could bring severe weather to our area tomorrow night. So let's just send things right over to meteorologist Ashley Bryant for a first look at our forecast. Ashley.
Thanks, guys. It's not a matter of could bring, it is going to bring. Yesterday evening, we saw our storm risk at a level 2 and 3 across our viewing area. That has now been enhanced. Our viewing area split between a level 3 enhanced and a level 4 moderate risk for severe weather as we head through our Friday night and into our Saturday morning. That also includes a risk for tornadoes anywhere between a 15 and 10% chance across our viewing area. And this area could also bring a tornado anywhere between an EF2 or greater. So make sure you know your counties and know multiple ways of getting information as we head throughout that night. Andrea.
All right, Ashley, thanks a lot. Former President Donald Trump is lashing out on social media against the Manhattan District Attorney as a New York grand jury considers whether to indict the former president.
That's right. And there's also been a major development in their Trump-related investigation. Michael George has reports from New York.
The Office of Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg says a false expectation of his arrest into a hush money payment made in 2016 to adult film star Stormy Daniels. The comment came in a letter sent to the Republican chairs of 3 House committees after they accused Bragg, a Democrat, of abusing his authority. The letter said the accusations came after Trump created a false expectation that he would soon be arrested, and his lawyers reportedly urged Republican allies to intervene.
When Republicans come out and say that DA shouldn't do X, Y, or Z, they're doing this with no basis, no evidence.
The back and forth between New York prosecutors and congressional Republicans comes as the wait continues here at the courthouse for a decision from the grand jury hearing evidence in the case. Trump, who's running again for president, denies any wrongdoing.
Just a continuation of the most disgusting witch hunt in the history of our country.
In one social media post Thursday, the former president wrote, "Everybody knows I'm 100% innocent, including Bragg, but he doesn't care." In a second post, he says, "This is no legal system. This is the Gestapo. This is Russia and China, but worse." There's also been a development in the separate investigation into the former president's handling of documents marked classified. A federal appeals court has ordered Trump lawyer Evan Corcoran to testify about his communications with Trump concerning the handling of classified materials. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
And we have new information about the arrest of a Mississippi State professor charged with embezzlement. Dr. Gary Packwood was arrested March 16th. He is the director of core activities at the university. Now, according to the incident report released to WCBI, the investigation started from an internal audit at MSU. The audit revealed that Packwood awarded scholarship money to his spouse, who was not eligible. The spouse is reportedly not a full-time student, nor a music or choral major. Now, Packwood reportedly awarded his spouse $39,000 in scholarship money between 2018 and 2022. MSU's communication officer, Sid Salter, said in a statement that Packwood has been placed on paid administrative leave with pay, which is standard for this type of case. The university will not comment further until the case moves through the justice system.
The Mississippi Senate lets a bill that would allow voting measures on a statewide ballot die without even voting on it. District 44 Senator John Polk said Senate Concurrent Resolution 533 did not have support to pass this year, and that there were too many differences between the House and the Senate versions to iron things out. Today was the last day the bill could be taken up, and it was left to die on the calendar. Mississippi's 30-year-old ballot initiative was struck down on a technicality by the state Supreme Court in 2021 after the medical marijuana initiative overwhelmingly passed in the state. Now, opponents said the initiative process was invalid because it called for petitions to be signed by voters from Mississippi's 5 congressional districts, rather than simply changing the language to account for the loss of a district previous. Completely overhauled the initiative and referendum process. A similar measure died last year.
Well, candidates for aldermen in Aberdeen's Ward 5 have 3 weeks to make their intentions known. That means another special election in the city. Alderman John Allen resigned from the position last month because of health concerns. The board approved a special election to fill the seat. In order to run, candidates must have lived in Ward 5 for at least 2 years. They also must collect 50 signatures from voters in that ward to qualify. The deadline to run for office is April 12th. The election is set for May 2nd.
The town of Bruce has a new mayor. Jimmy Hubbard is the winner of a special election earlier this week. Hubbard got 197 votes to win. His opponent, Jeremy Parler, received 122 votes. Hubbard replaces Rudy Pope, who died earlier this year in office. He will finish the rest of Pope's term, which ends in 2025. Hubbard spent 6.5 years as an alderman. The town will hold another special election to fill the vacant alderman seat. Well, smoother roads are in the works for drivers in Columbus. Our Desmond Matthews is outside a meeting just getting started at the Trotter Center, and he joins us live with more on that. Desmond.
That's right, Andrea. People have been coming here to the Trotter Convention Center for about the past 30 minutes. People have just been coming in slowly but surely. Mayor Keith Gaskin said that he wanted to open this up to the public because he wanted the public's input on how roads and streets need to be repaired in the Now, I talked to city engineer Kevin Stafford about some of the plans that he anticipates to talk over tonight. He says, in short, that he plans to talk for about 15 minutes. And then after that, he wants to open the floor up to the community and let them talk about their concerns in their areas or just roads that they have encountered in the city. Stafford said the team have already had a map that they have color coordinated, just showing, some of the places that have been repaired in the last 20 years. And that gets people to understand where their ward is on there. And now he says that he doesn't want everything to just be about the streets. He wants sidewalks to be repaired as well.
A lot of people are locating living places that they can walk or roller skate, whatever it may be. There's a lot of ways to travel beyond a car these days. Costs are up, gasoline's up. So I think the complete street ordinance, which is why the city passed it back in 2010, is important for people.
Now, the meeting started at 5 and is expected to last about an hour to an hour and a half. And for those who could not come out, there are pieces of paper that people can go up to City Hall and sign and just fill out saying roads that they want to see fixed. Reporting live here in Columbus. We will be back at 5:30. I will be back out here reporting live. Desmond Matthews, WCBI News.
All right, thank you for that report, Desmond. The Aberdeen School District wants to expand its staff. A job fair is going on at the central office on West Commerce Street. The school district is hiring for 26 positions across the board. Now, these vacancies range from the workers in the central office to athletics and operations. Aberdeen School Superintendent Andrea Peschal Smith says that the district is boosting its recruiting methods by hiring the most qualified educators, and some positions come with a cash bonus.
The job fair will have a significant impact on the city of Aberdeen. Of course, if we hire highly qualified teachers, we will enhance student achievement. Our students are better prepared for state assessments, ACT, in college as well.
And you still have time to attend. The event ends at 6 p.m. You can also fill out an application at the Aberdeen School District Central Office during the week. And you can find a full list of positions open on our website, that's WCBI.com.
An invention at Taylor Machine Works in Louisville makes it to the final round of a statewide competition. The Taylor ZH360L Hefty Lift Truck was a finalist in the Mississippi Makers Challenge. The company was recognized on the floors of the House and Senate before the award ceremony today. House Speaker Philip Dunn joined business leaders during the ceremony to give credit to all of the contestants. The competition spanned 5 weeks. There were 72 nominations.
These 4 finalists here today are just a small sampling of the tremendous impact that manufacturing has on our state. These 4 finalists are the ones who have brought forward something new, something different, something that sets us apart as a state.
From advanced weapon systems and heavy-duty equipment to medical devices and consumer goods, we make things that are shipped all over the world.
So congratulations to Raytheon Technologies. That company won first place in the competition for its next generation jammer and earned the title Coolest Thing Made in Mississippi. The Biden administration has threatened to ban TikTok if the app's Chinese owners don't sell their stake in the company.
And the enormously popular platform is used by more than 100 million people here in the U.S., raising concern about the Chinese government accessing private user data. Latest from Washington.
The Biden administration is turning up the pressure on TikTok. CBS News has learned the White House is now demanding the app's Chinese parent company ByteDance sell its stake or face a possible ban here in the U.S.
The bottom line is that when it comes to potential threats to our national security, when it comes to the safety of Americans, when it comes to their privacy, we're going to speak out and we're going to be very clear about that.
TikTok fired back with a statement saying, in part, if protecting national security is the objective, divestment doesn't solve the problem. A change in ownership would not impose any new restrictions on data flows or access. TikTok CEO spoke with the Wall Street Journal.
This is a priority for him. He said that when he took over as TikTok CEO 2 years ago, his number one priority, trust.
Congress is also taking on the issue. A House committee is calling on TikTok CEO to testify about the platform's privacy and security practices, as well as its impact on children. The security concerns aren't limited to the US. The UK is now following the White House's lead, banning TikTok on government phones. A member of parliament calls the move good cyber hygiene.
It is both prudent and proportionate to restrict the use of certain apps, particularly when it comes to apps where a large amount of data can be stored and accessed.
The Chinese embassy said the decision is based on politics more than facts and that it will ultimately harm the UK's own interest. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Washington.
The CDC has launched an investigation into some recalled eye drops.
Just ahead, the devastating effects people are experiencing from the product. We'll be right back.
Carl Hogan Chevy GMC aces the competition with the lowest price. We're serving up deals like these.
The clock springs forward. Carl Hogan is rolling back the prices. It's our daylight saving sale. You'll save on everything under the sun. Over trucks are in stock and on the way. Silverados and Sierras are up to $4,000 off. Find your best deals during our daylight saving sale.
Game, set, match.
Carl Hogan Chevrolet GMC in Columbus.
Classic Southern architecture, a literary legacy, world-class recreation, a vibrant downtown. From Tennessee Williams to Catfish Alley, bed and breakfast to world-class dining, and more than 650 historic properties. Discover the city that has it all. Columbus, Mississippi. Plan your trip to Columbus today. Learn more at visitcolumbusms.org.
We got another 1,000 followers.
Why is our alpha agent #1?
Crystal. Hey, y'all. Crystal helped this place get back on its feet after that crazy fire last year. Oh, yeah. Me and this place go way back.
I can see that.
Before a little thing becomes a big thing, call your alpha agent.
We could tell you how much Trinity cares.
I can call them if I need them, and they're there. To take care of you and check on you.
Our long commitment to elder care.
There are not a lot of people that can do what they do.
We serve active elders with affordable housing and offer assistance when needed, from memory care to therapy.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. It really is a community.
I know everything about it. Seeing is believing. Visit Trinity Place Retirement Community today.
Welcome back. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration is urging people to use caution when using artificial tears eye drops. At least 3 people have died after using the drops that are free of preservatives.
And Backus has more on which drops are affected and why consumers should be cautious.
The CDC says at least 3 people have died because of a rare bacteria found in some brands of eye drops.
This organism has penetrated the eye and penetrated the bloodstream and actually killed 3 people. That's quite a rare thing to happen.
According to the CDC, at least 8 people have lost their vision and some have had eyeballs removed. So far, 68 people in 16 states have been infected. The FDA has recalled 3 products from Ezra Care and Delsum Pharma. Ophthalmologist Dr. Daniel LaRoche, who is the president of Advanced Eye Care New York, says they're preservative-free.
Normally, most have preservatives in them to prevent bacterial contamination.
Symptoms can include yellow or green discharge in the eyes, discomfort, redness, increased light sensitivity, and blurry vision. Dr. LaRoche says people who use eye drops should always make sure the eye drops are made by U.S. manufacturers. Wash your hands before and after using eye drops. Do not touch the dropper to your eye. Close the eye drop bottle tightly after each use. Use the drops within 1 month of opening and store eye drops away from heat, light, and moisture.
Most of the millions of Americans that are taking eye drops don't have to be worried about something like this happening, but just be aware and look at this and take these precautions.
He says if you get serious red eye, pain, or a decrease in vision, to see a doctor immediately. Back is CBS News.
And 2 other products from other manufacturers have been recalled as well in recent weeks for unrelated contamination concerns.
Before tomorrow's severe weather event, make sure you have all of the ways of getting severe weather alerts. I'll have details on our forecast after the break.
Everybody
Everybody knows me, knows I love a Mustang. I drive a GT Mustang. You can't buy this one, but I got 11 of them you can buy. How about a Hot Rod 21 Shelby 500? $95,000. If this is a little bit more than your budget, how about a 15 model GT, $25,909? How about a California Special, a 21 model, $47,909? Or if you rather drive a convertible like I do, how about a 20 model, $45,909? If you don't Mustang, how about a trade-in Corvette, 20 model? How about a GT Mustang, 20 model, $46,909? How about a Hot Rod Corner? How about a 05 Viper with 15,000 miles on it? What a great buy. If you want to ride a Hot Rod, Bill Russell Ford, Columbus, Mississippi. I don't lie to you.
Bill Russell Ford Lincoln, Highway 45, Columbus.
It's okay to let your eyes linger over the delicious buttered biscuits. Just be sure you notice the crispy, juicy, tender chicken between them, too.
Mix and match your favorite breakfast sandwiches. 2 for $4.59.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Tax time means it's refunds time and time to consider a new home from Regional Home Center. Our tax sale is underway now. Double wides up to $20,000 off. Single wide, $15,000 off. Get your new home with as little as $0 down. And be sure to ask about our layaway and deed and dollar program. See us today and tour our homes. We have the inventory and the affordability you're looking for. Regional Home Center's tax sale going on now through the end of March on Highway 45 North, Columbus.
The new 2023 GMC Sierra AT4X is equipped to conquer the great outdoors or the great indoors. Welcome to the peak of premium off-roading. Step up to see with 2.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on Sierra light duty models. See your local GMC dealer.
Your WCBI First Alert forecast with Ashley Bryant.
Welcome back. It is 5:17. We have seen a clear, sunny, and hot day as temperatures work into the low to middle 80s. Right now, we're still holding on to those clear skies, but that will change as we head into tonight. Temperatures over the next couple of hours will work their way out of the 80s, heading towards the low to mid 70s, heading 70 around 9 p.m. with that clear sky holding on. But we'll continue to drop from there, heading towards the low 60s, hitting 62 is our overnight temperature tonight. Most cloud coverage filling back in overnight into our Friday morning. It's going to be warm, muggy, and as we wake up early tomorrow morning, we may even be left with a little bit of patchy fog. Across our corner, temperatures sit within the low to middle 60s. 64 is the expected low for Macon, West Point, and Aberdeen. 65, Starkville and Tupelo, also Oxford. 63 is the overnight low for Louisville. Heading into tomorrow, we are holding on to those low to mid 80s, high around 83 once again. Warm and breezy for the first half of the day, staying fairly dry, but once we head towards the late afternoon and overnight, we're expecting to see those storms arrive with a severe weather threat. Across our corner, it's going to be hot tomorrow, anywhere from those upper 70s to those low to middle 80s. 84 is the expected high for Macon, Louisville, and Starkville. 83, West Point, Aberdeen, and Tupelo. 81 for Oxford. 79 for Corinth and Iuka. Now, let's go ahead and talk about that system moving in. Tonight, staying fairly clear, but building in that cloud coverage as we head towards early Friday morning. We may even see a couple of scattered showers here and there, but once we head out of the afternoon and into the evening, this line of showers and storms are going to track their way across northern Mississippi, bringing us a severe weather risk all the way into early Saturday morning. This line is expected to clear off to the east around 2 a.m., keeping us fairly calm as we head towards the rest of our Saturday, and cloud coverage clearing out into Saturday afternoon. But this system, again, does have a severe weather risk. We are split between a level 3 enhanced and a level 4 moderate risk. This means all modes of severe weather are expected, including that tornado risk. Now, we are split between a 5, 10, and 15%, but within the yellow and red here, there's what we're calling a hatched tornado risk, which means we could see tornadoes between an EF2 to an EF5. Temperatures will be dropping into the 70s by sunny as our next round of rain moves in, continue to drop cooler temperatures middle of next week. We'll be back with more news and weather after the break.
WCBI First Alert Forecast is brought to you by Alpha Insurance. Call Alpha Agent Heath Fasackerly in Columbus for all your insurance needs.
Missing teeth? Tired of dentures? We can help. Call now to receive custom dental implants at a fraction of the cost. Sedation and financing available. Your implant cost is free when you mention the code Aberdeen Implants. Call 304-2600 today.
We love to see you smile.
At LQ Furniture this weekend, of course, we always got a deal. We always have a guaranteed low price. You know it's everything that we advertise, right? It's on everything in the store. That's right. So here's an example, and not one you're going to want to miss. You get this matching sofa and love seat for $475. Both pieces, $475. LQ Furniture. We're open Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 6. Noon to 6.
Senior Medicare Patrol is a federally funded program of the Administration for Community Living. SMP's mission is to empower and assist Medicare beneficiaries, their families, and caregivers to prevent, detect, and report healthcare fraud, errors, and abuse. In Louisiana, Mississippi, and Georgia, the Senior Medicare Patrol program is sponsored by Visewell Inc. Call 1-877-27 720 or visit stopmedicarefraud.org to get more information about SMP.
Get to Barnes Crossing Hyundai for our March sales event. Take advantage of 0% financing that will save you thousands. Get 0% financing on several 2023 Hyundais like Sonata, Elantra, Tucson, and Santa Fe. It's mayhem in March. It's a slam dunk with no payments for 90 days. Get Hyundai Assurance, America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And remember, we'll always pay top dollar for your vehicle, even if you don't buy from us. Where nobody walks away because everybody saves at Barnes Crossing Hyundai in Tupelo.
Okay, everybody, let's take
Jerry and Darcy, come check this out.
I'm on with my honey. Want to say hi?
Oh, it's actually Honey. You know who adores Honey? Darcy.
Huge Honey fan. Show me what you got.
You're sure Jason likes bangs? Who cares what Jason likes?
I know our fiber's fast, but slow down.
So close to our customers, you might as well be in the room with us. Get the Samsung Galaxy S23 on us with trade-in. Customer inspired, that's C-Spire.
Missing teeth? Tired of dentures? We can help. Call now to receive custom dental implants at a fraction of the cost. Sedation and financing available. Your implant consultation is free when you mention the code Aberdeen Implants. Call 304-2600 today.
We love to see you smile.
Closed captioning brought to you by Hearing Aid Services of Mississippi, Columbus. Better hearing, better service. Telling your story on WCBI Sports with John Sokoloff.
This women's basketball team made history on Sunday, taking down #1 Stanford. So that brought them here to Seattle for the Sweet 16 to take on Louisville. As you can see, we got the Space Needle behind me. We got Climate Pledge Arena as well. That's where they're going to be playing. But the team actually went to the Needle yesterday. They also did more sightseeing. They went to Pike Place Market to just kind of hang out and strengthen their bond as a group. They certainly have a strong one, and something that's made it even stronger is their head coach, Yolette McPhee-McEwen. Her story, she came from the U.S., from the Bahamas. When the Ole Miss job was open, the search firm told her other candidates were ahead of her. So she called them, introduced herself, then ended up getting the gig. And then she built this program from witless in the SEC a few years ago to what it is now. Her story has helped build the culture at Ole Miss, and everyone is fully.
And so they know the story. I share it with them. We talk often about it. I don't try to be a parent for them. I think I'm a mentor for them, and I share a lot. You know, I'm very open, from struggles to triumphs. I talk to them about everything, and I think that's what makes our team unique.
And she really is a fighter, and when she talks about her background, it's just like her journey is amazing. And I look up to that. Just try my best to be a reflection of her when I step on the court.
Coach Jo is such an inspiration for everybody. She just coaches out of passion, out of love, and I just feel like speaking for me and for my team as well, that we feel that energy each and every day. And I just think that not only is she my basketball coach, but she's a mentor.
The The story has certainly inspired those players. We'll see if their momentum can keep rolling. Tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Central, they'll be taking on Louisville with a trip to the Elite Eight on the line. Reporting from Seattle, John Sokoloff, WCBI Sports. We'll have more coming up soon here. We got you covered all weekend long.
WCBI sports coverage of the NCAA basketball tournament is brought to you by Alpha Insurance. For slam dunk service and savings, call Alpha. Fastnet, Internet for County. Hosford Law Firm. Taste Italian Kitchen. The best Italian in the Golden Triangle. Pluto's Greek Tavern. Every city needs a Euro. Hearn Law Firm. Bank First. Banking as it should be. Stone's Jewelry. Richard Schwartz and Associates. One call, that's all. And visit Columbus, the city that has it all.
Are you still sitting on the fence? $79.99 to switch.
Switch to what?
To Dish. Are you still sitting on the fence?
No, I'm switching to Dish.
Call 2+ Satellite today
And switch to Dish.
It's time to vote in WCBI's Viewers' Choice Awards. Vote International Paper for Best Industrial Workplace. Vote every day throughout March for all of your local favorites in WCBI's Viewers' Choice Awards on WCBI.com.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health crisis or substance use crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 support, call, text, or chat 988.
Carl Hogan Chevy GMC aces the competition with the lowest price. We're serving up deals like these.
While the clock springs forward, Carl Hogan is rolling back the prices. It's our daylight savings sale. You'll save on everything under the sun. Over 70 new trucks are in stock and on the way. Silverados and Sierras are up to $4,000 off. Find your best deals during our daylight savings sale.
Game, set, match.
Carl Hogan Chevrolet GMC in Columbus.
If it's time for a new boat, come see our inventory of Sun Tracker boats at Midway Marine in Fulton. You can find a Sun Tracker boat to fit your style. From fishing to just relaxing, Midway Marine's got you covered. We'll treat you right from the moment you walk in and provide the best service after the sale. And don't worry, we've got something for you land lovers as well. Call, click on our website, or come see us in Fulton today at Midway Marine.
Midway Marine, we don't just sell it, we live it.
Are you still sitting on the fence? $79.99 to switch.
Switch to what?
To Dish. Are you still sitting on the fence?
No, I'm switching to Dish.
Call 2+ Satellite today
And switch to Dish.
All right, this March Madness edition continues in 2 minutes.
See you then.
After 2 years of extremely long delays for special orders, now you can have exactly what you want in as little as 4 to 6 weeks. For a limited time, take an extra 10% off special orders. At Room to Room, there's no place like your home.
Morning. Hardee's 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast starts your day with made from scratch sausage and egg biscuits, biscuit and gravy, or syrupy French toast dips. The Kenny 2, just $5. My rewards members get exclusive offers.
Come home to faster internet and greater savings when you switch to Sparklight's Lightning Fast Internet. Call now and connect your home for as low as $40 a month for 3 months. You'll want to stay in and stream the night away with speeds up to a gig. And whole home Wi-Fi that wows in every room. Cozy up with 99.99% reliability. Bring it all home with Sparklight Internet for as low as $40 a month for 3 months. Plus, act now and get free installation. Call us today or scan the code to speed up and save.
About great buys at Bill Russell Ford Close, Mississippi. 0% financing, 0% financing on 23 model new ones or 22 model new ones. We got 23 choose from at Bill Russell Ford F-150s and F-250s. $2,250 rebate. 0% plus $2,250 rebate. Bill Russell Ford Close, Mississippi. Y'all come see us.
I don't lie to you. Bill Russell Ford Lincoln, Highway 45, Columbus.
It's the Hardee's Star Deal Combo. Get a Hardee's Charbroiled Double Cheeseburger, crispy 3-piece hand-breaded chicken tenders, or original hot ham and cheese with a small fry and drink for just $5.99. My rewards members get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
At Room to Room, we're back in the special order business with product coming in quickly and hundreds.
Welcome.
watching ABC WTVA, Tupelo, Columbus.
Tonight, breaking news, the emergency meeting now after that high school student shoots 2 faculty members. We have now learned the student had been kicked out of another school before because of a weapon. And the passenger plane, the captain, incapacitated, fainting, mid-flight. A pilot from another airline just happened to be on board. First, this emergency meeting tonight after that student shoots 2 staff members. His body found overnight 50 miles from the school. Tonight, authorities have now revealed he'd been kicked out of that other school because of concerns and because of a weapon. Parents tonight demanding answers on all of this in Molengi in Denver. Also tonight, this question in another case. Should the parents of a school shooter in Michigan be held criminally responsible too if the father bought his son's gun for him and if the parents allegedly ignored red flags, graphic drawings? That decision in tonight from an appeals court. The heated showdown on the Hill tonight, the CEO of TikTok grilled by lawmakers, and you'll see it. 150 million users in the U.S., the CEO promising that there's a firewall protecting your personal information from the Chinese government. You'll hear the fiery back and forth, Rachel Scott on the Hill. The dangerous tornado threat, large hail and flooding this evening into tomorrow from Texas all the way up to Pennsylvania. And we time out when this hits the Northeast. Rob Marciano with the track. That scare in the cockpit, the Southwest pilot suffering a medical emergency, fainting in midair. It turns out an off-duty pilot from a different airline on board that flight. And what happened next? Newly released body camera video tonight showing the deadly police shooting of a suspect who had allegedly stolen a pair of sunglasses at Nordstrom. He was unarmed, what the police chief is now saying tonight. Pierre Thomas reporting. The dentist accused of slowly poisoning his wife to death, now charged with murder. Their children in court today as their father was brought in. And the stunning text messages revealed here. The wife texting the husband, "I feel drugged," and what he texted back. The major ban tonight involving transgender women athletes and what this could mean for the Olympics. And more than 500,000 vehicles recalled tonight. They're warning drivers not to park them in your garage.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening. It is great to have you with us here on a Thursday night. We have a lot to get to. The CEO of TikTok under fire on Capitol Hill, what he claimed today about your personal information and China, and that passenger plane, the captain fainting during the flight. But we begin tonight with this emergency meeting just a short time ago amid troubling new revelations tonight after that high school student shot 2 staff members. Overnight, that student's body found some 50 miles away. And tonight we learned that the student had been kicked out of another school before because of a weapon. And that's why at this new school, he would undergo pat-downs unlike the rest of the students. Tonight, here are the images from inside the building yesterday. The officers there on the scene after those staff members were both shot, both recovering tonight, one having undergone surgery. And tonight, the new images here, high school students from across Denver rallying outside the state capitol today. They and their parents tonight demanding answers. ABC's Mola Lengi leading us off in Denver.
Tonight, Denver's school board holding an emergency meeting with parents demanding answers after a student shot and wounded 2 deans as he was being searched for weapons inside his high school. Officials say the suspect, identified as 17-year-old Austin Lyle, was found dead in a wooded area 50 miles from East High School last night after a 10-hour manhunt. And tonight, law enforcement sources confirming to ABC News that back in 2021, Lyle was expelled from a different school after bringing a weapon. And in a separate incident, he was once charged as a minor with possession of a dangerous weapon.
When you find somebody who is in possession of a weapon, I feel like they have to go. They're putting others in harm.
Lyle, whose school leaders described as potentially violent, began attending East High this year under a safety plan requiring him to be patted down and searched for weapons every day. In the wake of the shooting, officials announcing school resource officers from the Denver PD will now be posted at all public high schools after they were removed back in 2020. But parents still concerned.
We can't say, okay, well, we're just going to trust that they're going to figure it out. There's going to be 2 armed safety officers here in this giant school with over 3,000 of you. How do we just send them here and cross our fingers?
Sophomore Grace Todd says the threat has become part of everyday life at East High.
This is so normal at this point. And it's not an East problem. This is a district problem, a city problem, a national problem.
Tonight, both victims now recovering. Dean Eric Sinclair remains hospitalized in serious condition, and Dean Gerald Mason, seen here smiling from his hospital bed, has been released.
Well, the Denver Public School District removed their school resource officers from campuses back in 2020 in the wake of George Floyd's murder. And tonight, the school board announcing that officers will return to campuses for the rest of this year. And David, they will vote this summer on whether to make that move permanent. All right, Mola Lenghi leading us off tonight. Mola, thank you. Now, this school shooting in Denver comes amid a major landmark ruling tonight in another case, and it centers on this question: can the parents of a school shooter be held responsible too? Tonight, a Michigan appeals court deciding the parents of Ethan Crumbley, who killed 4 students at his high school, will face trial themselves for involuntary manslaughter. Authorities say the father bought his son the gun and that the parents allegedly ignored real warning signs. Here's Trevor Ault on that part of the story tonight.
Tonight, an unprecedented move from a Michigan Court of Appeals ruling the parents of school shooter Ethan Crumbley will go to trial themselves. James and Jennifer Crumbley have pleaded not guilty to 4 counts each of involuntary manslaughter for what prosecutors say was their responsibility in their son's 2021 massacre, killing 4 students and injuring 7 others. Prosecutors say the Crumbleys denied Ethan's request for psychological help, and soon after, Ethan's father bought him the weapon used in the shooting.
He bought him the gun. Well, and the first thing he did when he heard about the school shooting was go back home to see if the gun was there. So it certainly was on the top of his head.
Prosecutors say before the shooting, Ethan's mother laughed off a report from the school saying Ethan was researching ammunition in class, and say the day of the massacre, they declined to take him home after he was caught drawing a person shot. The Crumbleys' attorneys admit the parents made tremendously bad decisions, but argue they shouldn't be held personally responsible for their child's crimes. But the judges noted the substantial red flags the parents allegedly ignored.
They were very clear that these are things that any objective, reasonable person would have looked at and seen warning signs. And that's really the difference between just parenting and what we see in this particular case.
And David, Ethan Crumbley has already pleaded guilty to all counts in this shooting, and he's facing the possibility of life in prison, but he may still be called to testify in this case, either for or against his own parents.
David? Trevor Ault tonight. Trevor, our thanks to you as well. We're going to turn now to the heated showdown on Capitol Hill today. The CEO of TikTok under fire from lawmakers on both sides of the aisle over your personal information, your privacy, and over national security concerns involving the massively popular TikTok app. The CEO trying to fend off a possible ban today on the Hill, promising that there's a firewall protecting your personal information from the Chinese government. But you're about to see the back and forth. Lawmakers were not convinced. Here's our senior congressional correspondent, Rachel Scott, on the Hill tonight.
Today, the CEO of TikTok swarmed by cameras on Capitol Hill. Lawmakers from both parties unloading right from the start.
TikTok surveils us all. And the Chinese Communist Party is able to use this as a tool to manipulate America as a whole. Your platform should be banned.
For more than 5 hours, CEO Shou Chew defended the wildly popular app and its Chinese parent company ByteDance, insisting the platform had taken steps to protect the data of its millions of American users.
There are more than 150 million Americans who love our platform, and we know we have a responsibility to protect them. We will firewall protect the U.S. data from unwanted foreign access.
But there are serious questions about whether the Chinese government would ever respect that firewall. Lawmakers weren't buying it.
You spoke in your opening statement about a firewall relative to the data. But the Chinese government has that data.
I have seen no evidence that the Chinese government has access to that data. They have never asked us. We have not provided.
But you know what? I find that actually preposterous.
One member after another grilling Chew on whether TikTok and its Chinese parent company had spied on Americans, something the Department of Justice is investigating.
Has ByteDance spied on American citizens?
I don't think that spying is the right way to describe it.
Chew was asked directly if he agreed with top U.S. intelligence officials that China could use TikTok as a tool to manipulate millions of Americans.
Do you disagree with their statement?
Their statement says could.
So do you disagree with that?
No, I don't disagree.
Lawmakers today also raising concerns about how quickly harmful and dangerous content is able to be spread on the app. But at the same time, they recognize that millions of young Americans use TikTok every single day. So now the White House and Congress are forced to weigh its popularity with the risk. David?
That's a question for sure, too. Rachel Scott tonight. Rachel, thank you again. We turn next year to the dangerous tornado and flooding threat on the move tonight. 50 million Americans from Texas all the way up to Pennsylvania. It's the same storm that brought that confirmed EF1 now just outside downtown LA. Winds up to 110 miles an hour. The strongest tornado in LA in 40 years there. The dangerous storm now moving quickly. Let's get right to senior meteorologist Rob Marciano. He is live in Dallas tonight, where they're bracing for what could be a difficult night ahead. Good evening, Rob.
Hello, David. You can really feel the spring warmth and humidity here in Texas, and that's helping fuel some of those storms that were sparked by that California storm. They're bubbling up in Oklahoma. That's where a severe thunderstorm watch is. That morphs into a flood watch that extends all the way into West Virginia. Tonight, though, we got a threat for seeing heavy rain, big-time hail, and big winds. Dallas back to San Angelo. A bigger threat for tornadoes, I think, tomorrow. Shreveport, Alexandria, Jackson, up through Memphis could see some strong tornadoes as well. The center of this low will traverse north and east across Missouri. across Missouri. That's where heavy rain, that's where the flooding rains will be, across Paducah and up the Ohio River Valley during the day, tomorrow and tomorrow night. Some of this rain is going to be really heavy. It gets into New York City as well by Saturday morning, and some snow wrap around back through Chicagoland, maybe some significant accumulations. But the most dangerous weather will be over the next 36 hours here in the tornado zone. David?
Rob Marciano in Dallas for us. Thank you, Rob. Next to that new midair scare, this time right in the cockpit of a Southwest Airlines flight from Las Vegas to Columbus, the pilot suffering a medical emergency, fainting in midair. An off-duty pilot from a different airline just happened to be on board and stepped in to help the co-pilot. Here's Stephanie.
Tonight, an off-duty pilot riding as a passenger on a Southwest Airlines flight jumping into the cockpit, helping safely land the aircraft after one of the two pilots suffered a medical emergency mid-flight.
The captain became incapacitated while en route. He's in the back of the aircraft right now with the flight attendant. We need to get him on an ambulance immediately.
The Southwest Boeing 737 flight from Las Vegas to Columbus, Ohio departed Wednesday morning. Shortly after takeoff, that pilot becoming ill.
He started to feel some stomach pain, and then probably about maybe 5 or so minutes later, fainted.
The flight diverting back to Las Vegas. In a statement, Southwest saying a credentialed pilot from another airline who was on board entered the flight deck and assisted with radio communication while our Southwest pilot flew the aircraft.
These incidents happen very infrequently. In an instance like this, any kind of pilot can be helpful to that pilot left flying.
Southwest has not provided an update on that pilot's condition, citing privacy regulations. An alternate Southwest crew was able to complete the flight from Las Vegas to Columbus later that day. David.
It's a good thing that other pilot was on board, Stephanie. We're going to turn now to disturbing new police video. Newly released body cam images tonight showing the deadly police shooting of a suspect who had allegedly stolen a pair of sunglasses at Nordstrom's in Virginia. He was unarmed. What the police chief is now saying tonight, and here's our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas now.
Tonight, officers with the Fairfax County Police in Virginia under investigation after one of them fatally shot an unarmed man who allegedly stole a pair of sunglasses. The story begins 1 month ago with 37-year-old Timothy Johnson at the Nordstrom's department store at the Tyson's Corner Mall. Police say he can be seen here stealing at least one pair of sunglasses. Within minutes, police say store alarms sound.
You set off sensors, right? Yeah.
Officers are suddenly in hot pursuit. This police body camera rolling.
Black male going towards traffic.
It's shortly after 6 p.m. and dark. In the closing moments of the chase, it's not exactly clear what happens, but the two officers discharge their weapons.
Stop racing! Shots fired! Shots fired.
According to police, Johnson is shot once in the chest. He's taken to a local hospital and pronounced dead.
It just does not make any sense at all.
The family's attorney says the officers were not in imminent danger. Tonight, one of the officers involved placed on restrictive duty. The other who fired the fatal shot dismissed from the force. David, the police chief says that the actions of the fired officers do standards of his department. A local prosecutor is investigating, David.
Pierre Thomas in Washington. Pierre, thank you. Now to a case making headlines. A Colorado dentist and father of 6 charged with fatally poisoning his wife by lacing her protein shakes. The children were in court today as he was brought in, and tonight the stunning text messages revealed here. The wife texting her husband, "I feel drugged."
So can I get down?
Here's Kana Whitworth.
Tonight, the dentist accused of poisoning his wife, formally charged with first-degree murder. James Craig appearing in an orange in a Colorado courtroom with family members, including some of his 6 children, looking on. Authorities say Craig dosed their mother Angela's protein shakes, then posed as a concerned husband at her hospital bedside, texting these images to a friend. Angela Craig's symptoms were a mystery to medical personnel. But Craig's business partner, who had recently confronted him about ordering potassium cyanide, a deadly poison to them, grew suspicious and leading investigators to Craig. According to his arrest affidavit, Craig conducted numerous online searches about poisons, including how many grams of pure arsenic will kill a human. News of his arrest surprising a former employee.
Shocking is just an understatement. Their relation just seemed like right out of a fairy tale.
But text messages between the couple and court documents reveal a troubling history. Angela texting her husband, "I feel drugged after drinking her shake." He responded, "History, I know that must be triggering. Just for the record, I didn't drug you." Angela's sister telling law enforcement Craig had allegedly drugged Angela approximately 5 to 6 years ago, and the two had a tumultuous marriage. Investigators alleging Craig wanted out to start a new life with a mistress and has gone to great lengths to try and end his wife.
Dig deep, bitch. Yes, I did notice that. This is not the first time I noticed that Dab's Pharmacy has got clear air.
Life.
And David, Craig waived his right to a preliminary hearing, but he will appear in court again early next month.
How's that,
a maximum sentence of life in prison. David.
All right, Kana, thank you. Overseas tonight, protests across France this evening after President Macron raised the retirement age there from 62 to 64 now. The strike's shutting down transportation, schools, and other services. In fact, in Paris, some protests turning violent. Unions tonight calling.
So does the old jail.
And for another day of nationwide strikes when King Charles visits next week. When we come back here tonight, the major ban this evening involving transgender women athletes and what this could mean for the Olympics. Reaction already pouring in. And more than 500,000 vehicles recalled tonight. The warning to owners not to park them in your garage.
Hey, Dad, I got an A in my book report, and I scored a goal on Ashley.
That's cool. And I went for a walk in the woods, and I didn't get a single flea or tick on me. You are just the best. Probably because of that flea and tick medicine you've been ordering from Chewy.
We are very proud of you.
You never stop surprising us, Bailey. Right? I'm great.
You are great.
I wonder if Bailey's ever done a book report.
Be nice to your sister. What flea bit him?
Pets aren't just pets. More. This flea and tick season, trust America's #1 pet pharmacy, Chewy.
My tip is the worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Like smoking isn't that dangerous.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
It's easy to get lost in investment research. Introducing JP Morgan Personal Advisors.
Hey, David.
Connect with an advisor to create your personalized
Let's
plan.
find the right investments for your goals.
Okay, great.
JP Morgan Wealth Management.
What if you were a gigantic snack food maker and you had to wrestle a massively complex supply chain to send things from Tokyo to Toledo? So you partner with IBM Consulting to bring together data and workflow so that every driver and merchandiser can serve up jalapeno, sesame, and chocolate-covered goodness with real-time data-driven precision. Let's create supply chains that have an appetite for performance.
Yes, bitch, the lowballing
If you're still
was a call to you dumbass faggots that let MCI take my damn money and call yourself a fucking supervisor, a manager, you fucking idiots.
Bladder leaks. It's time.
There. Nice. Out here, side window deflectors and mud flaps and the bump step to keep the bumper dent free. Cool. It's the best protection for your vehicle, new or pre-owned. Great. But where do I order? WeatherTech.com.
Massachusetts, 95-year-old Elaine Labar. She's been battling dementia for 15 years. Her family telling us she is slipping away with this disease, but when she sits at the piano, well, just watch when her daughter Randy requests a song.
You want me to play it?
Asking for Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata, Elaine unsure at first, saying she doesn't know it.
I don't know it. That's fine.
Okay, well, I'm gonna explain this to you. Friends down here at the Household of Faith, what they don't get is this new generation of preaching that's coming out of a deeply rooted household of faith has a generation gap that has value. That if you ban the leader, she is not going to feed you what you need, baby. But if you stand there with her and remind her, baby, I need Jesus. What you need? I need Jesus. What you coming in for? I come in for Jesus. If you keep reminding her of that, you watch what her mouth start doing. And that's what she needs. That's your leader.
Her daughter had awareness on dementia education
And
and music
I
therapy.
had never seen it. Now, I got a leader, a man I look up to that can pick up a book called the Bible and put it down and preach a whole sermon word for word right out of it, just like Jesus did. Now, I know that kind of man, but I also know a woman that can pick it up and put it down and read from it and talk to you from anywhere in there and explain to you exactly what is happening. She can take you to the scene of the battleground. But don't keep asking her to take you to the scene of the battleground. Go over there with Jesus. He all right.
Elaine playing every day at Keystone Place Senior Live Community.
Or you can have a check, or you had it, or you can get this. Y'all remember that? Household of Faith, y'all remember that? Y'all want some more of that?
There's getting to know you. And
I like old Bessie. I like old Bessie. But I believe y'all want some more of this.
Elaine. And right here tonight,
Hi, David.
Elaine and her daughter, and a performance for all of you at home.
Maybe you can play some Mozart.
Dad. Six shooter shot down, baby. I love it. I love it. I love it. You ain't gonna tell me these mothers didn't pray for nothing. Don't tell me they prayed for nothing. Might have prayed to nothing, but they didn't pray for nothing.
Fresh for everyone.
You're watching ABC WTVA, Tupelo, Columbus.
Right now at 6:30, the body of a man from Oxford found in Yellowbush County is now being investigated as a homicide.
Hey, dummies. Per family. How many families I had on that one application? 3. You want to fight about it?
We'll share what we have found out so far.
3 fucking families.
A community is mourning after 5 kids were killed in a car crash.
Do it again, bitch. Do it again.
And this man's been missing now for 9 months, but Wade Davis's family is still searching for him. WTVA 9 News at 6:30 starts right now.
Live, local, late breaking. This is WTVA 9 News.
Hello, everyone. Good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Emily Leonard. Alyssa Martin has
We
the night
had
off.
understood it as
So we're just about
we get that.
24
You
hours
understood
away
it as
ish
that.
from
But I
some
saw a few
significant
Italians come
severe
over
weather
here all
happening
at
in
one
our
time,
areas.
and it
Of course,
looked
that's
like
why
you
we
might
were
have a
bringing in
problem holding on
WGA
to that
meteorologist
with just
John
them cracking
Galusic with the
along.
very latest. John, what do you
Yeah.
see?
Well, Emily,
Fuck
right
up
now,
and add
it's
these
calm Thursday, at
motherfucking
least the Thursday
African
night,
slaves
and
on here that
Friday
don't even
morning.
speak your damn
However,
language
like you
and
said,
just
about
found
24
out
hours
his
ish,
cousin
give or
was
take
all the
12
way
hours,
across
we're looking at
goddamn
some pretty
country.
stormy conditions in here.
Then
This
you
map
gonna
right
run
here
into
shows
a
the overall
goddamn Karl
potential
Marx
for severe weather,
problem
hail,
with
damage,
your
and
Jewish
the
shit.
possibilities of tornadoes. Now you can see by far the bullseye off to our west. That doesn't mean
Tells WTVA the body showed signs of trauma, and he estimated he
I
died.
don't want you, but let me remind you, I didn't give you that tip for what you call is implied and understood from plain ass fucking English language quote. I don't want your blood money, bitch. I didn't claim your blood money, and I don't want your blood money.
Sometime late Tuesday or early Wednesday. The body was identified as Curtis Vaughn from Oxford. He was last heard from Monday night. Oxford Police, Lafayette County Sheriff's deputies, and Yellowbush County Sheriff's Office are all on this case. And again, law enforcement is calling this a homicide investigation. A family is still grieving after a crash killed 5 young people. These are the 5 young kids who died. They are all from the same family. Their car ran into a creek Tuesday night in Panola County. The victims range from 12 to 19 years old. One person survived, a 14-year-old girl who swam from the submerged car to the creek bed and then flagged down some passing drivers. The magnitude of this loss is affecting everyone.
I get that, Italian, but you bitch, wrong nigga. Sorry, wrong nigga.
You never hope you have to witness in something that you never hope you ever have to again.
Families in the process of setting up a GoFundMe page to help with funeral expenses. It has been 9 months since an Alcorn County man went missing. Family members are doing everything they can to find him, but they need your help. DA's Avery Hilliard looks at where the investigation stands right now.
This is not because she's white or because she's black. This is because I'm sick of having a fucking headache to prove you a fucking tortured terrorist. So I see you later.
Davis is a 78-year-old man who went missing